Good morning. Let's start in mountain pose. Inhale, extension, let your hips come forward, arms overhead, hands to prayer. Inhale again, open your body. Exhale, hands to namaste. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to prayer. Now hinge from the hips, drop your body forward. Grab opposite elbows and let your body hang. Feel free to bend the knees, draw the belly in, and really feel the tailbone and lower back open. Let the weight come slightly forward onto the balls of the feet, just enough to feel your lower back open even more. Now hands to the floor, bend your knees, and come down into a low squat, and then back up into standing forward bend. Do this a few times, and then eventually settle into a low squat. Each time, feeling your sitting bones, your tailbone, the space of the hips and pelvic floor, released from the day before. This is not about speed, this is about feeling. And then step back with the left foot. Drop the knee to the floor, uncurl the toes, roll your body up into a deep lunge. Feel all four corners of the front foot press firmly into the floor and push up from that foot. Reach the left arm up overhead and lean to the right, feeling an opening from the outer left knee up through the hip and towards the fingertips. And then square the body as you draw the top arm back. Feel one long line of release. Hand to the floor. Press up through the bottom arm. Rotate the fold of the elbow forward. And now turn your body. Try to twist more with the spine, rib cage, and shoulders than with the hips themselves. Staying planted through the front foot, let the top arm drop back and then drop it to the ground. Roll the back toes under, turn into straddle, feet parallel. Instead of flaring your sit bones open, hug your hamstrings closed. Maybe latch the fingers behind and give the chest a nice little opening. So much of what we do during the day brings us forward. This morning's practice is about liberating the body. Now hands to the mat. Breathe. And just notice the subtleties of the body as you now bend your knees and sit back into a wide squat and let the hips drop back up again. Wiggle your hips a little bit side to side as you do this. Notice if there's a sticky sit bone. And then rotate to the opposite side of the mat with your right leg forward. Your left leg. Unroll the back toes. Square the hips, press firmly into the front foot. Draw up through the belly and now reach through the same arm as the back leg as you side lunge over towards that front leg side. Focus on the arm coming back, the belly staying in. Try not to spill the coffee out of your belly button. Again, that little side lean feels really good. Those areas that almost take your breath away, breathe through them. And then arms to the floor, roll the back toes if you need to, adjust that back leg. And now turn from the belly, turn from the rib cage, turn from the chest without slumping into the bottom shoulder. That's really key here. Look up, forward, or down, honor the neck, but keep the chin in. Open up the top arm and then drop it down. Roll the back toes under, runner's lunge, back into straddle, feet parallel. Try not to roll into the ankles, plug through the big toe. Draw up through the belly deeply as you exhale. Lower down. Maybe see if you can widen the feet a little bit more as you side lunge over to the left. Now keep the feet planted. A lot of times people want to lift the foot of the straight leg, but I don't want you to do that. Now lunge to the opposite side. Do you need to tweak the body? Find that line of stretch through the inner adductors, the inner hips, and rotate back into runner's lunge where you came from. Back heel drops flat. Rotate open into lateral angle. Now I'm on my fingertips. The goal is not the floor. Whoop. Bring it up into warrior two. Hips are level. Glutes feel like they're underneath you. Now plant down through the feet. Try not to roll into the ankles or slop into the knees. Feel the chest open without pushing the ribs forward. Really stay strong through those front abs and reach fingertip to fingertip. Challenge the rotation of the neck. Drop the shoulders. Streamline your focus. Breathe. Now let the front leg lengthen, reach up overhead. Just enjoy the moment. Breathe with me. Keeping the front leg planted, Trikonasana Triangle. This is not about locking the knee. Plant through the foot. Keep the outer quad nice and strong. Tuck the top arm and focus on maximizing the openness of the chest. This isn't you hunching to the side. This is you lengthening. Now I have long arms, so don't be misled here. Reach the top arm alongside the ear, so it's from heel to hip to shoulder to fingertips, all lengthening. Roll yourself slowly down into a variation of standing head to knee. Again, we're not locking. That front thigh is rotated externally. Breathe. Back into straddle. Breathe. And now rotate so that the left leg is forward again. Runner's lunge. Drop the back heel flat. Feel your legs engage. Reach through your upper arm as you roll open lateral angle. Now a lot of people want to let their belly drop and their lower back arc. Draw the belly in. Bring the glutes underneath you and draw yourself up into Warrior Two. Now this is about being stacked. This is about feeling strong. Press down through your legs and hug the heels together. Almost like they're a magnetic force coming in. Now as you feel the upper back engage, it has to be counterposed by your front core also staying down and contracted. Find a strong gaze where your chin is level and your chin is trying to rotate over your front shoulder. Here's a great neck stretch. One of my favorites is in Warrior Two. Arms reach up, front leg straightens. Breathe. Now keeping the front foot heavily planted, that front thigh feeling like it's rolling out, the pelvis tips. Roll your torso open. I like to hover the bottom arm or just gently touch the ground. If you have shorter arms, use a block. This is about lengthening from the hip to the big toe and from the hip to the shoulder. Tuck your top arm, feel the maximum openness through your top chest. That pinchy part under your shoulder blade is opened and stretched when you tuck the top arm. Now if we use the floor as the goal, we end up folding from the hip. This is a lateral movement. Reach the top arm alongside the ear and press down. Anchor through your tailbone and roll yourself down, variation of standing head to knee. Keep pressing through the back heel, drawing up through the belly rigorously to open the lower back. Breathe with me. Rotate into straddle, feet planted. Watch that bad habit of rolling into the outer ankles. Hug the hamstrings. Bend the knees, sit back into your hips. Wiggle the hips side to side. I love this move. It really releases the tailbone and releases that stickiness from sitting. Just move in a way that feels good. Let your body unravel. From straddle, heel toe the feet in to an A-frame, just a little wider than the outer hips. Let your body hang, bend in the knees, draw up through the belly, and now lean into the balls of the feet to then drop it into a squat, wiggle those hips again. Stay with me. Walk the feet in a little bit closer, not quite hips distance. Just enjoy letting all the worries, cares, doubts, fears, anxieties roll off your body. And now come up to the balls of the feet, bend your knees, stretch through the toes, stretch through your arches. We're in shoes all day. Liberate your feet as you come down into a squat. Use the floor or a low stool for support. This is about doing what you can, not focusing on what you wish you could. Roll it up, hips forward, arms extend, exhale, hands to prayer. Nice job. Now roll through the tops of one foot, and then the same thing on the opposite. If you're like me and you go from big boots to sandals, that upward gripping tendency can really wreak havoc on the feet. Now roll the arms back. Big windmills with the arms. Notice how I'm letting my chest move, and then the opposite way, almost like you're swimming now. Let the arms roll out and then back in. Exaggerate this movement. All of a sudden one day we can't do it and we wish we would have. Bend the knees, round the back, arms come up, functional extension. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, almost like a standing cat-cow here. One of my favorite movements. Get the body moving, get your heart rate up. And core kicks in when you extend. Remember, we want those hips to lean forward. Now roll the shoulders up, down, and back. One of those movements again that you're exaggerating. Add a little bit of a neck pull. Breathe with me. Find the areas that are tense or tight or stuck. It's usually one side more than the other. Extension, drop the shoulders, open your jaw, reach up through the chin. Feels good. All that tech neck. Feel in your body, be in your body. Turn the head one direction and then the opposite. Roll the shoulders again. And gently bring yourself down to the mat. Roll it onto your back, knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Just enjoy the floor. Roll the ankles as you extend the legs, shake the legs. Any tension, completely release it. And then one leg out to each corner of the mat. Purposefully roll your pinky toes into the floor. Roll your arms open, roll your chest open. And sink into the waves of your breath. Sink your body into the floor. What would it feel like to surrender? To say, I'm done right now. Give yourself that time right now. Namaste.